spending with me. And baby, you should find a way. Stay at night, I promise you'll wanna stay. I tell him what your man don't know won't hurt her, won't so hurt her. We got a place we can go. He ain't hurt her, he hurt her. 'Cause I've been holding.
Hey guys, it's Jade. I hope you guys are well. So in today's video, I thought it would be an awesome idea to do a swatching of every single line crime Velvetine that currently exists. I own all 28 of them. And as you guys know, I do lots of line crime swatch videos, and I always get asked, how does this color compare to that color? So I thought it would be better just to have all of the current ones in one video so you can see them all in one video.
Not going to enjoy how my lips are probably going to feel after this.
As well, I feel that it's probably necessary to say that if you do not support line crime, that is cool. I have done many hours of research on the line crime subject, and I have written a blog post detailing all of my research and why I am still supporting line crime, so I'll link that in the description box below if you guys wanted to check it out. So in saying that, if you guys don't support them, that's cool. There's no need to hate on people that still do support them, because everyone can spend their money how they wish to spend their money. Alright guys, I do purchase all of my products directly off the line crime website. I have never had any issues with ordering off the line crime site, thankfully. I do use PayPal for all of my online orders regardless of the website, and never had any issues, so yeah. Okay, so this first shade is the shade I have on my lips at the moment. This is called Bleached, and it's described on the line crime site as being a peachy nude. Okay, so this next shade is called Cupid. I would describe it as a very pretty rose petal pink. I feel it's very nice and natural, but it does have that kind of blushed color, so I really like this shade. It's probably one of my favorite shades. Okay, so this next shade is called Cashmere. So this is definitely on the cooler side of the scale, and this I think has been one of line crime's most popular releases. So this is described as being like a grey beige shade, which definitely is. You can definitely tell it has that kind of coolness to it. I feel that this is a really underrated shade. Like I know it was so popular, but I don't actually wear it as often as I probably should, because it is such a nice shade, and this is the first time I put it on in such a long time. So yeah, Cashmere. Okay, so this next shade was one of the limited edition collections that came out. That's why it does have the blue lid. Obviously this is still for sale on the line crime website. So this one is called Buffy, and it's described as being a buff nude. So I definitely feel this has a real kind of yellow, kind of browny hue to it. It is completely the opposite of Cashmere, so it's not on the cool side at all. It's definitely a lot warmer and a lot more yellow based. Okay, so this next shade is called Faded. So this shade is actually very close to my natural lip color, so I definitely love this shade. It is just an awesome go-to shade if I'm ever stuck for what lip color to wear. This is described as being a light mauve on the line crime website. It definitely does have that kind of purpley hue to it, but I still feel it is very wearable and just such a pretty shade. Okay, so this next shade is called Polly. So this is described as being a pink mauve. Unlike Faded, which was a light mauve, this definitely does have a lot more kick to it, a lot more kind of brightness and color, and has that kind of nice pinky hue to it. So yeah, this is, again, is a really, really pretty shade, especially if you do want something that's kind of natural, but it's got a bit of kick to it as well. So yeah, Polly, very nice. So this shade I have on is called Riot. This is described as being a red brown off the Lime Crime website, and yeah, I definitely think it is. I feel it does have that really nice terracotta kind of corally shade to it. It's not super dark, but it is just that little bit different, and I do really like this shade. Even though I don't wear this shade that often, I probably should wear it more than what I do. Again, it is a very beautiful shade. Okay, so this next shade is one of the most recent shades to come out in the Lime Crime collection. This was a collaboration with the beautiful Melanie.
Not going to try to pronounce the last name.
So this is called Teddy Bear, and it is a kind of lilac-y, purpley brown shade. I do love it. I think this is such a flattering shade. It is very, very pretty on. It can go with so many skin tones, and I think this complements pretty much every type of makeup. So yeah, Teddy Bear, definitely a winner. So this shade is called Fetish. This is described as being a plum on the Lime Crime website. I definitely feel this is a very dark purpley shade. It does have a kind of winey hue to it, but it's not super red based. It is just a really deep purple, and I absolutely love this shade. It's very, very pretty, and I think with, you know, a bold wing liner or something like that, it can make for a really dramatic makeup look. So this next shade is called Jinx. So this is described as being an eggplant shade, and definitely it is very dark. It is a very deep, kind of mysterious shade. Definitely this is on the cooler side compared to Fetish. This almost has like a greyish kind of undertone to it, and it is very, very cool toned, very dark, but still a beautiful shade. This next shade is called Saint, and it's definitely back on the warmer side of the scale. I feel it does have that real kind of terracotta-ish undertone to it. It's almost like Riot, but on the deeper, darker side. So yeah, this is very pretty, such a contrast to Jinx, which was very, very cool toned. But yeah, this is not as dark, but still very striking. So this next shade, again, is one of the limited edition ones. This one is called Beat It, and it's definitely on the beetroot kind of raspberry red angle. It has that real, yeah, it just has that real bite to it of that kind of purplish, reddy tone, maroon almost, and it's just, yeah. I do really like this shade. I did find this a little bit more of a drier formula, like it wasn't as kind of liquidy. Not sure if that's just my one or if it's the formula in general, but yeah, this is Beat It. Okay, so this next shade is called Shroom. Shroom is described as being a 90s brown. So this is a very yellow based kind of mustardy brown shade. Definitely this isn't really the shade for me. It's not my favorite out of them, but hey, I still have it. I do know for a lot of people, especially with darker skin tones, this is like a beautiful nude. So I guess it really depends on your skin tone or what kind of colors that you like, but me personally, it's not really my favorite. So in going with the kind of brown tones, this is the next shade. This is called Salem, and it is a deep dark brown. This, I feel, was probably one of the first dark brown matte lipsticks that came out. This came out so long ago, but it is such a beautiful shade. I actually think it's very wearable. It's not too kind of yellow based, but it's not too cool based. It's just like a beautiful chocolate brown color, and I do really love it. So this next shade is called Trouble, which is described as being an olive green on the Lime Crime website. And yes, I definitely feel it is an olive kind of khaki army type green shade. I'm not too sure when I would really wear this. I don't really feel it goes with my skin tone that much. I feel like if you had really quite olive skin tone, dark hair, this might look amazing. But personally for me, I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, again, it is a pretty cool and unique shade. It feels really nice on the lips, goes on beautifully, and yeah, that's all I can really say. So this next shade is called Cement. It is described as being a cool grey, and yeah, it definitely is. I really do like this shade. I think it's very unique. I do think if you have light eyes, it can really make your eyes pop and stand out. And yeah, I just think it's a really fun, different shade. Could be awesome around Halloween time as well for, you know, crazy zombie dead corpse bride looks in a way. Yeah, Cement. This next shade doesn't really need an introduction. This one is called Peacock, and it is pretty much the only blue shade out of the whole Velvetine collection. Again, this was one of the limited edition ones with the blue lid, and yeah, it is just a beautiful bluey, greeny, peacock kind of shade, hence the name. So this shade is called Pansy, and oh my gosh, I love this shade. I've actually forgotten how much I love this shade. It is such a vibrant, in-your-face purple, and the fact that it just lasts so long on the lips and still has this awesome payoff just makes it even better. So yeah, this is a very, almost like a paley, pinky based purple. It's just very bright, very out there, but still very, very gorgeous. And now my husband's in the shower, so if you can hear that noise, it's the shower. Alright, so this next shade is called Utopia. This is such a pretty kind of fuchsia pink in a way. It's just, oh, I always get so many compliments when I wear this shade. I absolutely love it. It's probably one of my favorite colors, and it's just so bright, but it's still really wearable and just beautiful as well. So this next shade is called Rave. It is described as being a electric lavender on the Line Crime website. Personally, this isn't something that I would really wear unless I was going to a rave. I just feel it's too light for me personally. I feel like I've been eating cupcakes and the icing's all on my lips or something. It's still a pretty cool color, and if you're into really bright electric shades, this could be the one for you. So this shade is called Pink Velvet. This is one of like the original shades that I remember when I first started using Line Crime. It was like this one and Red Velvet, and it was like these were like the staple ones. So this has been around for a very long time. I've had this ever since I first bought it, and it's still as awesome as the first day that I bought it. It is a very bright pink, but it's still wearable. It's not too light, but it's not too dark. I think it's just a perfect combination between light and dark, and yeah, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. This next shade is called Suede Berry. I've actually forgotten again how good this shade is. I haven't worn it in a very long time. It's described as being a coral red on the Line Crime website, and it definitely is. It's very bright, not too dark, but it's not like too pale that it washes the color out. I think it's just the perfect mixture of brightness, and oh, I love it. It's such a gorgeous shade. I really, really do like this shade. This next shade is called True Love. I do feel this is very similar to the Suede Berry, but it's not as orangey. It does have that little bit more pinky base to it, but it's still very, very similar. But I really do love this shade as well, probably because they're so similar. So this shade is I think one of the first colours I actually ever purchased. It is Red Velvet. It's described as being the reddest red on the Line Crime website. And this is honestly, out of all the different companies, my favourite go-to red lipstick. It lasts so well, it feels awesome on the lips, and it's just the perfect red. It's not too red based, it's not too blue based, it's just red. It's awesome. I feel like my face is getting redder and redder. Okay, so this next shade is called Wicked. It's described as being a deep red, and yeah, it definitely is. It's on the warmer side. I do feel it has a bit of a plummy, winey kind of brown undertone to it, but it definitely still is red. It's not brown. But yeah, I really do love this shade, and I've said that about almost every shade. You guys are probably sick of hearing it. But yeah, Wicked, probably again my go-to dark red lip colour if I want to be in a sultry kind of mood. So this next shade is called Black Velvet. I actually remember when this first came out and it was sold out for so long and I just could not get my hands on it. So yeah, just a true dark black shade. Okay, so this next shade is called Squash. It's described as being a light orange on the Line Crime website. Yeah, I can definitely see the orangeness, but it's very yellow to me as well. Again, this is probably not a shade that I would really tend to wear that often, but it's still good to have, you know, just in case the occasion calls for it. It surprisingly doesn't really make your teeth too yellow. I would have thought it would have made your teeth more yellow than what it does, but I still feel mine don't look that yellow. So yeah, Squash. Okay, so this is the lucky last shade. This is called Pumpkin. It's described as being a brick red on the Line Crime website, and yeah, I love it. This is another one of my favorite shades. It's not too orange, it's not too red, it's not too brown. It's just like the perfect kind of combination, and I do really love this shade. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this swatching video. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I do have many Line Crime swatches pretty much every time a new release or a new shade comes out. I do a little mini swatching video, so that will be in the same playlist that you're watching in right now, so feel free to check those out. I do go into a lot more detail with the feel, the application, and just like the colors and the pigments and things like that. So this was just kind of overview of all the colors without going into too much depth because it's a long video. But yeah, if you guys want to know more information about the other shades, then definitely check out some of the other videos in the playlist. I also have other videos from other brands in that playlist as well. So thanks guys for watching. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload brand new videos twice a week. Alright guys, I love you all, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! I'm a gold digger, and by digger, I mean miner.